from the blackest corners of your mind, they call, pulling you deep into shadow, twisting your senses, keeping you from sleep. It's time to face your darkest fears. This is Tales to Terrify. Good evening, children of the night, and happy Friday the 13th. Feels like we just had one of those, doesn't it? Nice way to end the year, though. Speaking of wrapping up the year, this weekend we'll be posting the final entry of the year in our author interview series for supporters over on Patreon. This month, Seth speaks to another regular contributor and friend of the show, Gordon B. White. We recently gave away a signed copy of Gordon's anthology of short fiction to celebrate its one-year anniversary. Now, we'll hear from the man himself. Check out our Patreon for a peek inside the twisted mind behind favorite tales like Junipepaw and We Eat Dirt and Sleep and Wait. If you're as big a fan of his strange dark fiction as I am, you won't want to miss it. Our deepest, darkest thanks goes out this week to the newest member to join our Patreon, Ramol Real. Thank you from the bottom of our blackened hearts, Ramol. We're so glad to have you on this journey into darkness, and thankful for your help in fueling the infernal fires that drive us. As always, if you'd like to join Ramol behind the veil, head over to patreon.com/Tales to Terrify and sign up. Ad-free episodes, bonus content, and other devilish delights await you. For tonight, though, we have one tale for you. We visit a mysterious island where the shadows of the past run long and deep. Our story this evening comes to us from Amanda Cecelia Lang. Amanda Cecelia Lang is a horror author and aspiring final girl from Colorado. Her stories haunt the dark corners of many popular podcasts, magazines, and anthologies, including Ghoulish Tales, Cast of Wonders, and Flame Tree's Darkness Beckons. Her debut short story collection, Saturday Fright at the Movies, was published in October from Dark Matter Inc. You can stalk her work at amandacecelialang.com. Just don't be surprised if she leaps out at you from the shadows. Children of the night, join me for Amanda Cecelia Lang's Clear Still Waters, first published in Hidden Realms, an anthology from Flame Tree Press, March 2023.
Passage onto the island comes by invitation only. A scourge and a mystery, it floats in the centre of the salt flats at the forgotten edge of every town, embedded in silence and despair and a mirror-perfect reflection of the sky. The death-still waters surrounding the island prove shallow enough to cross on foot. Yet few dare. It is said those foolish or desperate enough to attempt passage without invitation will be found wandering distant roads in blights of frothing madness. Nobody knows who sends the invitations, or what lurks inside the island's dense forest, of colourless, skeletal trees. They know only that those with the mirrored shards reach the salty beach unharmed. And if they return to their towns again, which most do not, they return changed. For many, the island exists as a white mist in the cellars of their shivering minds. A place they endeavour to ignore, a realm for the near-spectral dregs of humanity, the wretched, the damaged, the forsaken. How fitting that on the night her invitation arrives, Anya is caught feeling especially wretched, damaged, and forsaken. She returns to her childhood home in the cold indigo hour before dawn, headlights dark, choking on tears, the hateful scent of what happened still upon her, fists still banging inside her head. She doesn't have much time. Parking parallel to her father's graffitied front stoop, "Rest in hell, Red Hand Henry!" She kills the engine and measures the length of a walkway where she'll be exposed. Everything already aches, her bruises, her defeated spirit. She hadn't expected it to hurt this fast. She'd hoped for a moment of blissful disconnect. Breath held, she dares slip outside. The truck's rusty door shrieks. The dome light shines a sallow spotlight on her stained jeans and the torn neckline of her blouse. And on the delivery, waiting atop the front stoop. Anya freezes, keeping the truck aglow longer than intended as she squints past blurry tears. It can't be. But it is. A small box waits on the doorstep, cobbled together with chunks of corpse-grey wood, not polished or ornamented as a gift, but a gift all the same. Deep inside, white mist stirs and rises. Who would leave such a thing? On this night of nights. She thinks she knows. Her father warned her. Quickly, forgetting the weapon stashed upon her seat, Anya closes the truck and rushes through the renewed darkness to the front door. In her hands, the box feels sticky like wet lacquer, and something rattles within. Inside her empty home, she ignores the light switch and tiptoes through the darkness as if her father is still around to disturb. She bumps past dust-cloth furniture and the vase of deceitful red roses already wilting around the cheap sympathy card. Inside the tiny bathroom, she locks the door behind her. Only now does she hit the lights. Eyes down, avoiding the implications in the medicine cabinet's cracked, grimy mirror. She jams herself into the gap between the toilet and the tub, sobbing, screaming silently. The walls throb from all angles. Banging. But that's only this nightmare of a night lingering behind her eyes. The pulsating memory of it pumping a discoloured glaze across the town. And now the box. Her bloody hands. She thought she washed them before, and she doesn't take the time to run them underwater now. Barely takes the time to wonder how many smeared handprints she left in the wake of the night. Too late to care. Her fingers stain everything as she lifts the box's crude wooden lid. Inside, a shard of a mirror winks at her, catching the straight razor glint of regret in her eyes. Carved into the underside of the lid, a jagged message reads, "Weary of what you see?" The golden dawn throws firelight across the island, burning off the mist, casting the bony shadows of trees across the pale earth, and birthing a second sun upon the clear, still waters. For most, the salty lake surrounding the island exists beyond weeks and roads of brutal terrain, deserts and thickets and heartache, unreachable. But Anya arrives within minutes of fleeing her childhood home. Stepping out to meet the briny shore, she leaves the truck engine rumbling, the driver's door slung wide, her weapon ever drying beneath the seat. She's heard the legends of this place since she was young. Her father often warned of those fragmented persons who come here and are never seen again. Anya, too, plans never to return, never again to walk the clean, far-away life she tried to build before his funeral, before foolishly reclaiming her childhood home and the town that came with it. There's freedom in this. Exhilarated heartbeats. She finds the peaceful release she hoped for earlier. Everyday tasks like closing doors and maintaining an unstained facade no longer seem important. Anya just walks away. A surreal splash of ice. She carries nothing with her into the water except the mirrored shard. She wades ankle deep, a long walk across the cerulean sky. She creates no ripples. The thick, mercurial water perfectly reflects her limp shoulders, her wrung-out strength, the blood gloving her hands and clotting in splattered constellations across her clothing. Can that truly be her? It must be. Flooded salt flats are the most reflective surfaces in the natural world. Her father told her so. Yet, at the centre of the lake, while Anya bends with a discordant splash to wash the blood from her hands, the Anya reflected in the water below remains upright, examining the stains with a fascinated, feral gleam. Salt water trickles from Anya's pale hands as she reaches the island's beach. Red droplets patter against the hard-crusted sand, and the Anya below follows. A path opens in the trees ahead, a watery path. It invites her into the thicket of sickly, dead-bone branches. Anya wonders if she should be more afraid. Even her father, who often journeyed into misty, unknown places, never knew what casts its shadows deep inside the island's forest. We only go there when all else is lost. And you see, Anya, I still have you. But the island numbs the noxious sounds of the distant town, the banging, banging. It all becomes an underwater whisper, as if bell jars cup her ears. She doesn't look back. She crosses into the trees. Even if the whole hateful town comes hunting her, they won't make it this far. The path cuts a gleaming line through the thicket, cool underfoot. On either side, the undead trees multiply, reflecting on and on into infinity. Fingers of ghost movement twitch along her peripheral. Anya turns, catching pale, blood-matted hands slipping in sync behind the trunks. "Father?" she calls, though she knows she's alone. Anya below grins obscenely. Up ahead, the path yawns wide and the secret heart of the island shimmers. All her life, she's wondered what this place might look like once she finally arrived. She never imagined this. More salt water. A flooded meadow, a vast sky mirror cradled in trees. In the centre of the water, an impossible building awaits Anya like a mirage. A motel. Cheap and squat, with a cold neon sign, boarded windows, and 13 eternal vacancies. The Lucky 13 Motor Lodge. Except for the missing backdrop of Rattlesnake Country, the motel appears exactly as it did when Anya left it on the side of the interstate just last night. Right down to Dion Martin's Camaro, parked slantwise outside the last room. It can't be, Anya whispers, though she knows it can. Following the water, her only guide, the Anya below, she crosses toward the Lucky 13. She squares her shoulders, but that doesn't stop the clench of unease in her gut. She might not be a beautiful girl, or popular, but she's never been stupid. Usually she listens to her intuition. It's how she ducked her tormentors for most of her childhood. Like her father once said, "Trust only yourself, Anya." And here on the island, just like last night after receiving roses from an old friend, Anya knows she's walking into the thicket of something nasty. And like last night, she's too heart-worn to care. Best to let the adrenaline take over and see what happens when there's nothing left to lose. Maybe not so much morbid curiosity. Maybe more like morbid hope. After all, they're adults now. What breed of stone-cold, hateful prankster would unearth old grudges right after she put her father into the ground? Their boogeyman is dead. Shouldn't that be the end of it? Anya laughs at her own stupidity, and Anya below joins in as they reach the Lucky 13. Beyond 12 dark and boarded-up guest rooms, the final room glows with welcoming golden light. Lucky room number 13. That notorious room the locals call the honeymoon suite because it's the easiest to break into with booze and teenaged lusts. Back in the day, Anya was never invited inside, but that never stopped her from daydreaming about what went on there after sunset. Despite what they still say about her, she's only human. Now, as it did last night, the same pathetic curiosity flutters in her chest. Everything about the setup feels like a trap. Maybe last night, she could have turned away like she always did as a kid. Scurry home before it was too late. Now blood cakes her knuckles as Anya knocks on the open motel room door. This time, she doesn't bother with white flag niceties. The cheap, sleaze-stained room is everything she always imagined. Yellowed golden-era wallpaper curling from graffitied walls. A decayed king-size mattress littered with wilting rose petals, candlelight everywhere. The only thing missing is Dion Martin, sprawled out in the centre of it all like a Letterman lynx with a smarmy grin. "Hey, bloody Anya. Always thought you and I might make a hot couple." Anya's attention flickers toward the bathroom door. The two silence. The door is closed tight, just like she left it. A chain loops from the handle to an exposed plumbing pipe in the wall. Ankle-deep salt water pours another path across the ratty carpet. Anya hesitates, but in the shimmering reflection, Anya below breaks forward, casts rippling footsteps across the water. Outside the upside-down bathroom door, she cups her ear, listening, white mist rising from her smile. The first cool finger of dread slips down Anya's spine. "Don't go in there." She glances over her shoulder. Unlike last time, nobody sneaks up behind. Scurrying forward, she joins Anya below. Bloody handprints streak the door and stain the chains that lock it in place. She doesn't have the key to the padlock. It's probably still buried in Dion's pocket. Yet Anya below brandishes the silvered glass shard in one hand. It grants passage. Taking the lead, Anya below twists the shard into the keyhole, impishly eager to peer beyond the door. What will the bathtub look like in daylight? Anya knows she must follow. This is why she was called here. For the first time in years, she allows herself to wish her father was by her side. And perhaps he is, in spirit, wandering parts of the island all his own. But right now, inside the honeymoon suite, all Anya has is herself. Mirroring Anya below, she reaches for the padlock, a puppet drifting without strings. The keyhole is tiny with jagged teeth, but the shard slips inside and twists smoothly as a blade in water. The chains fall away. "Let us out, Anya!" Banging, banging. "Let us out, you crazy fucking freak!" The bathroom door swings inward. Anya braces herself, but there's nobody inside. No bathroom inside, either. Only the sunless reflection of light upon water. The silver pathway stretches onward, this time passing between a forest of pockmarked lockers and reflecting a corkboard ceiling with spit wads and harsh fluorescent lighting. The hallway of their old high school. Like every day of the 4 hideous years Anya suffered here, the urge to run writhes inside. Paranoid and violent. Same gut force that eventually drove her from town once she turned 18. Didn't even stick around for her diploma. The hallway telescopes outward, a not-so-fun house of lockers and classrooms. At the far end, a clawfoot anomaly stands in the centre of the flooded floor like a cruel prize. The bathtub from the Lucky 13. From here, Anya can't see what horrors wait inside. Anya below splashes forward without her, though even upside down the shape of dread is equal upon her face. Her rippling footsteps diverge toward an especially dented and abused locker. Anya can't remember her old combination, but Anya below twists the dial right, left, right with ease. A watery moan. The locker below swings open. So does the locker above. A star-shaped vanity mirror glitters at Anya from within. Never the sort of thing she would pick out for herself, but freshman year it came with the locker. As Anya approaches, the mirror glistens oddly. Compelled, she taps a fingertip against the glass. It ripples serenely, wavering with underwater shadows before solidifying into a vision. Anya's eyes widen, grotesquely captivated by the 14-year-old face suddenly staring back at her. A girl with a drab growth spurt loveliness, a desperate new hairstyle, and a dewy hopefulness yet to be wrung from her eyes, as if an overdue training bra and bargain haircut might camouflage her true identity. In the mirror, young Anya breaks eye contact and demurs her attention across the hallway toward the unkept, dark-haired stranger fumbling a stack of books into his locker. Dion Martin. Anya gasps, whirls sharply, but the flooded hallway stands empty around her. Like her girlish face, this Dion exists only in the memory of the vanity mirror. Anya turns back, just as her younger self gets caught admiring his awkwardly adorable avalanche of books, and realizes she's witnessing her first day of freshman year, back when Dion was still the shaggy, clueless new boy. Those fleeting few minutes when he smiled at her, and meant it. "Need a hand?" Anya hears herself say. That naive yesteryear voice. The books cascade out around Dion, and he faces her with a chuckle. "That obvious?" "Hardly noticed, I swear." She helps gather up his epic mess of sketchpads and fantasy novels, and even asks what his story is. Watching from beyond the glass, Anya is amazed at how easy breezy her younger self sounds in this moment. What would life have looked like if everything had been so simple and wonderful? Their first conversation passes in a happy blur. Maybe because the memory is a happy blur, a smudge across the darkness. Too soon, two insidious voices cut in, staining the moment and every moment after. "Anya! Who's your new buddy?" The devil-sweet voice bubbles from Missy Sharp. And the sing-song baritone. "Found some fresh meat? Ruthless Heath buyers." "I'm Dion Martin. Cool to meet everyone." He shakes Anya's hand. She'll never forget that, because it made her feel so ridiculously special. Here the new kid stood, next to a cheerleader and a small-town football champ, and he shook Anya's hand first. Even now, knowing what he became, Anya holds onto that. He shook her hand first. "Lucky man, Dion," Heath says. "Your welcome wagon here knows all the juicy secrets of our town." "She's a regular town luminary," Missy says. "I'm starting to believe that." Dion grins at Anya. His kind eyes even sparkle. Lost in the unexpectedness of him, for a heartbeat, Anya actually believes in shooting stars and friendships and town luminaries. Normally, winners like Heath and Missy would never speak to a book-hugging, dishevelled nobody like Dion. Later, it would occur to Anya that they befriended him simply so she couldn't. "That's right," Missy gushes. "Her daddy's a town legend too. Red Hand Henry." "Cool." In the mirror, Dion smiles at young Anya for the last time. "What's his story?" "Well, they say he took his straight razor and—" At once, Anya jerks away from the memory, sloshing backward and slamming the locker. "I already know this place is horrible," she gasps. "Why show me this?" But Anya below moves ahead. Her footsteps shimmer down the hallway, stopping before a long counter of sinks. Sinks? Anya blinks, drifting forward. Sinks are out of place here, like the clawfoot tub at the end. Lipstick graffiti covers a long industrial mirror, and the glass itself reflects a row of toilet stools instead of lockers. The girls' bathroom? Anya below grits her jaw, expression muddying, and taps the glass. The mirror ripples, fills with moving shadows, solidifying, coming to life. Anya is helpless to look away as her younger self bursts into the bathroom. A little older than in the locker mirror, a lot more wrung out. Carrying a dripping red bundle in outstretched hands, she rushes to the nearest sink and crams the soggy, gory mess under the faucet. Waterworks on full blast, she unzips the backpack and begins to sob, to silently scream. Usually she'd wait until she was home, crammed into the tight space between the tub and the toilet, before allowing herself such release. But Anya remembers this day, a nightmare day in a sea of turbulent years. In the mirror, young Anya thrusts her hands into the gushing backpack, trying to salvage fantasy hardbacks and sketch pads and her only winter jacket. But no amount of water or scrubbing is enough. The thick clots of scarlet dye they used in their little prank proved to be evil and industrial, as young Anya will soon discover when she attempts to wash her hands. It took almost a month before those gruesome red stains faded from her skin. But her new nickname never vanished. Dion's laughter, as she stepped from the bathroom gloved in shame, the chorus of jeers rising from the whole school, the whole town. That never vanished. "Hey, bloody Anya!" Dion had blown a kiss. "Guess red hands run in the family." In the hallway, Anya sloshes away from the girls' room mirror. The emotions still rush in. Young Anya was used to the town scorning her family, but how insidious that her greatest tormentor was somebody she secretly adored, someone she hoped might change his mind about her. Dion, the boy who shook her hand first, had stained her hands red for the amusement of his have-everything friends. That's the moment Anya's torment truly began to sting, to burn, as if he'd salted her very blood. Deep inside, a white mist swirled and grew. More and more, her thoughts drifted toward the island her father sometimes mentioned. Until Anya below splashes onward. The sly tour guide swagger has sunken completely away, and bruised shadows darken her grey underwater eye sockets. The clawfoot tub still waits at the far end, but once more those wavery footsteps diverge toward another relic. Her father's old truck, parallel parked outside the English classroom where Anya's backpack first hemorrhaged. Her old man taught her how to drive on this junker, taught her lots of things about the misty journeyways of the heart. Now, in the hallway, the driver's side window reflects the moonless nightscape of her childhood home. Sallow light glows behind the house's shabby curtains, and the front door stands open. Like a ghost superimposed against the deep, a suitcase waits on the passenger seat, and Anya knows what night she's about to witness, even before the window glass ripples to life. "Anya, you cannot do this!" Her father's rail-thin silhouette appears in the reflection of the front door, blocking the exit. On this side of the glass, his raspy words blow through Anya like a thing beyond the grave, and she shivers. It's been so long since she's heard his voice. "Where will you go?" "Far away as I can get from you and this town." Young Anya appears in the doorway and shoves past him toward the curb. 4 years of high school have wrung her dry. Nothing exists behind her misty eyes except the salt-crusted husk of a spirit. "I'm an adult now, Daddy. I belong to myself. I decide who I am." "By letting them scare you off?" Her father chases her to the curb. "They call you Red Hand Henry. They say you slashed your enemies' throats to ribbons with a straight razor. Real people were murdered, and the entire mob of this town blames you whenever you walk down the street. They blame me." "What proof do they have? Fairy tales? Ugly feelings? People will think what they want, Anya." Her father shrugs his aging, bony shoulders. "You know who you are inside. You know who we both are. Will you run forever?" "I won't have to. I'll find some place where they've never heard of Red Hand Henry and Bloody Anya, like you should have done years ago." "Makes no use. These things follow you." He pauses, and a lifetime of rueful bedtime stories glints behind his eyes. The island can find you anywhere. Not if I don't go there. I wish you well, daughter. He wraps her in a defeated hug, too weary to fight her delusions too. Reach out to an old man if you find where it is you want to be. She promised she would. Maybe she even meant it. Only later, after settling into an overlarge city where nobody ever spoke of families with red hands, did Anya remember her father assuring her, "We only find the island when all else is lost. And you see, Anya, I still have you." Only later, after the town's less than remorseful coroner called with the news, did Anya realize that her father's frail silhouette shrinking in the rearview mirror would be the last time she ever saw him. And the irony at the end of Red Hand Henry's tortured life, the cruel gag after his only daughter went and hid from herself in the city. After all that fuss, Anya could still hear the endless echo of Dion's snickering alongside his shiny, gleeful friends. Anya backs away from the truck. Anya below swipes savage tears from Shadow's soggy eyes. "I know what comes next," Anya says. But her voice doubles, so perhaps they speak in unison. Above and below, they walk together down the hallway, foot to watery foot, and stop before the grimy medicine cabinet embedded in the wall above her father's bathroom sink. Together, they reach out and tap their fingers on the cracked, silvered glass. The surface ripples, spreading outward, ever outward, wavering the hallway around her. Reality slants, sloshes sideways. Up becomes down, below becomes above. Anya loses her balance and splashes into the water. She reaches up and grabs the edge of the sink. Standing, dripping, her vertigo straightens as the ripples fade. The medicine cabinet solidifies into a vision of last night. Anya above, Anya below. Whoever she is now, she refuses to look away. Naturally, the Anya in this mirror appears older than young Anya. Perhaps she's slightly lovelier too. Certainly, she's wiser. She wears a clean, silky blouse with a pair of jeans. Doesn't want to look too formal, which is why she shed the black lace of her funeral dress. She can see it there reflected in the living room over her shoulder, next to a vase of red roses. She was still deciding on the fastest escape from town when the flowers appeared on her childhood doorstep. Dion, wanting to see her for a friendly nightcap at the Lucky 13. After reading the greeting card, Anya wondered if the motel had reopened. Last she knew, it had been boarded up for years, ever since an unknown someone slashed the previous owners to ribbons. Now, in the cracked mirror, she straightens the collar of her blouse, primping for her long-dreamt-of reunion. She might not be pretty or popular, but she's never been stupid. Before heading out, Anya pops her father's medicine cabinet and slides open the hidden compartment, same one the local authorities never found when they were searching for their proof. Anya reaches deep and closes her hands around the object stashed inside. Then she closes the cabinet and kills the light. In the darkness, a shard of silvered glass falls from the grimy, cracked mirror. Anya in the reflection doesn't notice. Her mind is misty with Dion, but Anya in the flooded hallway notices. She opens her palm, and the shard winks. It grants passage. She splashes away from the medicine cabinet, all alone now. Anya below has climbed above, and only the clawfoot tub remains. She doesn't want to look inside any more than she did last night, after Dion promised he had a surprise waiting. But isn't playing along what all this is about? Her father was right. People see what they want to see. Anya peers into the tub. Thick, gory water fills the depths, and her red-stained reflection grimaces up at her from the placid surface. She catches movement over her shoulder. Startled, Anya turns reflexively, expecting to find herself alone in the hallway. "Hey, bloody Anya," Dion grins. "Always thought you and I might make a hot couple." Her vision ripples. The salt water splashing her ankles bleeds upward like drops of mercury, solidifying into the peeling wallpaper walls of the lucky 13. Candlelight everywhere. Anya peers down at her clean blouse and unstained hands. Dion sprawls on the bed, a Letterman lynx. She wonders, like she often wondered, if he still draws in sketchpads and reads fantasy novels, if they still share that in common, knows that it still doesn't matter. "You have something to say?" Anya approaches the honeymoon bed. Dion rises on his knees. "Can we be friends?" "Why not?" She's feeling a little reckless, a little misty after the funeral. "Sorry to hear about your father's suicide." "Are you now?" "Always thought we could have been close, you and I." "In another life?" "Yeah," he chuckles, runs a sheepish hand through shaggy hair. "I have a surprise for you, Anya." "You do?" He nods towards the rose petals strewn across the floor. "Cheesy, I know. Just follow the path." She sees shadows lurking around the outside door. Still, she follows the roses across the stained carpet, past the exposed pipes draped in chains. It's not so much Dion's surprise she's curious about, but how she'll react to it. She peeks inside the clawfoot tub, peeks into the glistening, grisly depths of industrial red dye, sees the three of them sneaking up behind. "Looking a little pale, bloody Anya," Missy says. "You could use some colour," Heath agrees, "like Red Hand Henry bleeding out on his bathroom floor." Anya stares into the bloody, misty depths. "Why are you doing this? Why have you always hated me?" "Because there's something wrong with you," Missy says. "Something rotten below your surface." "You're vile and weird," Dion says. "Just like your daddy." "All I ever wanted was to be your friend." Anya reaches into her pocket, reaches deep below her surface. "You'll never be anything to me, bloody Anya." Dion grabs the collar of her blouse, shoves her toward the tub. With a silent shriek and a tear of fabric, she whirls on him, fast, before he realizes every sinister lie they believed about her father is true. She lashes out with Red Hand Henry's straight razor. And oh, the sweet release as the blade finds Missy's jugular, Blood sprays Anya, and the former cheerleader gurgles and drops into the bathtub with a gruesome splash. Heath and Dion rage and roar, rushing Anya like they're back on the football field. She swipes out wildly with the straight razor, slashing. She slices Heath across his hateful face, then again across his vulnerable throat, just like her father taught her. Splash! Heath joins Missy in the tub, clutching his new spurting smile. Crying out, Dion kneels, desperate to assist his dear old buddies. Before he can attack her with more promise of friendship or a life or death struggle, Anya yanks the door shut and loops the chains around the handle, like they planned to do to her. As she snaps the padlock in place, Dion hurls himself against the door. Banging. She hates herself for leaving him alive. Hates that she doesn't have the strength to finish off the boy she secretly adores. The honeymoon suite ripples, dissolving like mist all around. Rushing past peeling wallpaper and a fading bed, Anya escapes out into the harsh, salty daylight of the island. In the flooded clearing, she turns to slam the motel room door, but the lucky 13 has vanished. Her father's storyteller voice echoes inside. Only those with the mirrored shards reach the island unharmed, and if they return to their towns, which most do not, they return changed. Anya's father never returned. Without his daughter, he lost himself down the wrong end of his straight razor. But Anya splashes back through the dead forest of haunting hands and across the clear, still waters. Walks in perfect sync with the darkness below. On the shore leading to town, she finds her father's truck. The engine has run cold, but no matter. Like before, it takes Anya no time at all to venture where she needs to go. Just a short journey along a hazy highway, and the lucky 13 motor lodge waits in the setting sun ahead. Pavement glittering like a mirage. Except this moment is very real, oh yes. It's everything she hoped for deep down below. Dion's Camaro still sits in the parking lot. A good sign as she creeps into the motel room. Silence. Hello? Her voice doubles and echoes in the small, sleazy room. Fists begin banging. Let me out, Anya, you crazy fucking freak. They're dead. They're both dead. Then we can finally be alone with our true selves. She opens her hand. The shard grants passage. Passage to all she's destined to become. She unlocks the chains, then stands tall, gripping Red Hand Henry's gleaming straight razor. The door slams open, and bloody Anya rushes inside.
That was Amanda Cecelia Lang's Clear Still Waters, as read by Janey Napier. Janey Napier is a passionate writer from the south of England. Though her growing love for horror may be a more recent thing, she's a certified nerd through and through, and loves anything that gets both her mind turning and adrenaline rushing. Thank you, Janey. Well, children of the night, the hour is late, and we've run out of tales to tell. For now. Tales to Terrify is made possible by the tremendous generosity of our supporters on Patreon and PayPal. Incredible fans like Lestle Baxter, Amanda Carrillo, Amanda Gottfried, and Orion D. Hegre, whose generous support keeps these lights on and flickering ominously. If you're not a supporter, head over to patreon.com/Tales to Terrify. You'll find all kinds of perks, like ad-free episodes, bonus content, and one-of-a-kind collectibles. Every dollar goes back into this show, and we appreciate your support so much. Want another way to support the show that doesn't cost you a cent? Head over to Podchaser, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts and drop us a 5-star review. You'll not only put an unnaturally wide smile on our faces, but help new listeners discover our terrifying tales too. You can show your love of the show out in the world with some Tales to Terrify merch. TalesToTerrify.com/merch will take you to our TeePublic store, where we've got a great collection of creepy custom and curated designs. Tales to Terrify is produced by Seth Williams, Meredith Morgenstern, Andrew Gibson, Crystal Hammond, Spencer Disparty, and myself, Drew Sebastini, with original theme by Nebulous Entertainment. Tales to Terrify is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives license. Join us again next week as our dreams give way to nightmares with more Tales to Terrify.